All right, let's talk about which database you should use in order to get your email leads. Because obviously, for cold emailing, you will need to have an email list in order to cold email your target market. So, the way I separate this is I would look at where your clients are, where do they spend their time, and where do they have profiles in, most importantly. Because you really want to find out where do they share the information that they are a coach, for example, if you're targeting coaches, or that they are the owner of a law firm, right? In most cases, for all of you guys out there, it's going to be LinkedIn, and therefore Apollo is going to be a great source. Apollo is a website that basically has hundreds of millions of data points from real businesses. So if you think that your target market and your client is going to have that in their LinkedIn profile as like a bio, or like they have their own company, maybe even as a LinkedIn company page or whatever it is, then Apollo is going to be good to go. These other ones I would only do if you really can't find it using LinkedIn Apollo. 90% or 95% of the leads that I targeted are from Apollo, I have to say, because that is the easiest. That works for everything as well. Like, it works for e-commerce brands, it works for law firms, accounting companies, pretty much everything, unless, as I said, the target market that you have would not have that in their LinkedIn profile. An example could be if you're targeting beginner coaches for that are doing whatever, YouTube coaching, whatever it is, they might not be on LinkedIn. They might not have that in their profile because they're beginning. So in those cases, or a super local kind of business, let's say a barber shop or something, they might not have a LinkedIn company page because it doesn't really matter to them. So keep that in mind. If it's a real company, LinkedIn Apollo is your best bet. If you're targeting on Twitter, Scrapy Bird. And Twitter, I would not underestimate Twitter. I also scrape lots of leads from Twitter because for me it's relevant, because I target also agency owners. And yes, there's millions or hundreds of thousands of agency owners on LinkedIn and Apollo, but those are, they have at least an employee or two. But if I want to target beginner agency owners, for example, a lot of them will not be on LinkedIn, right? If it's a 19-year-old agency owner, usually they will not have a LinkedIn company profile. So in that case, I can use Twitter, and for that I would use Scrapy Bird. And then if you want to target super local businesses, then Google Maps could be a good one. And for that, you can use Gmaps Extractor or IG Leads. We're going to cover those in another video. There's also D7 Lead Finder, but to be transparent, I've never used that one, but I've heard it over and over and over again. So that's D7 Lead Finder. So you can try that one if you want, but again, I've never tried that one. And then anything from IG, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, that's going to be with IG Leads. I would say IG Leads is not the best platform, but it's the only one that was available for like IG and Facebook and so on. It's a little difficult to scrape, but there's a couple disadvantages. For example, you can't really filter with a follower amount or something, which you can do with Twitter. So if you're targeting solopreneurs or coaches, or let's say you want to target UGC creators or whatever, then you can use Twitter. On a side note, these tools, they're not hacking themselves into the profiles, right? The way this works, scraping, is it's not some illegal stuff, which is sometimes what people are wondering. It works because what they see is they see Yassine Baum, then they see somewhere in the profile on Twitter or whatever, they see Leads Formula. So then obviously they're going to try Yassine at leadsformula.net. Let's see if the server responds to that. Yes, valid email. Perfect. Let's collect it. Let's verify it. And it's a real email, right? This is how these platforms work. They don't hack themselves into the profiles. That's why also when you're scraping from Instagram and so on, people need to have their email in their contact kind of thing, right? They have like in their profile, they have this contact me button sometimes. So only like 10-20% probably do. And that's where they get the emails from. So now I want you to basically decide which ones you fall into, and then only watch the video in the next videos that's relevant for you, because I want this course to be as productive as possible and effective for you. I want you to watch it till the end. So only watch what you want. If you want to watch every video, obviously do it. But if you think that your target is on LinkedIn Apollo, a real company, e-commerce brands, or something like that, then watch that video. All right, see you in the next one.